Yeah, we only had KN95s. That's all we had a bunch of them, and then obviously indoors. And then anytime we felt like we were like, if you're in a line, we would put them on, even if you're outside, because it's like stagnant, right?
Yeah.
And it's like lots of people. So anytime we were in what we felt was like kind of like a stagnant area where like we're not moving, there's no airflow. Even though we're outside, we would throw them on.
Hello, Twitch. So good to see you. We're just talking about masks. Do they
You
work?
should have just gone to Disneyland with a scuba gear.
Yeah. Yeah, what's you should have Kylo Ren did, or maybe like there's I think like some expanded universe Star Wars mins that just have shit on their face. Like I'm Revan, or I think there's like a guy from the old
What I
Republic.
need is, do they make a KN95 that looks like the Bane mask from Dark Knight Rises?
I'm sure they
already
do.
got the...
Yeah, it's probably not safe because they're saying cloth masks don't work anymore.
Yeah.
What? Those are the only ones that are comfortable. What am I gonna do? Hey Twitch, how are ya? Going into year 3 of the pandemic. In about a month's time, we will hit it.
It's dope.
Whoa, like 2 full years? Is that right? 2020.
Doing great.
Yeah, 2 full years. So in you know, a month and a day, that's year 3, baby. Plus, if you count the anxiety of late 2019 hearing about it. So we are Rime the Frostmaiden inspired campaign where we play D&D during the day, where you can have your lunch. Today's lunch is sponsored by the bag of frozen chicken nuggets. If your stomach hurts or if you're feeling like textures are a problem, get those. They're good. And we're also a Roll20 sponsored show. Thank you so much, Roll20. You know what? I'm feeling sexy. We're gonna do a giveaway.
Oh snap! Look at those arms. Pat's arms.
Oh wait, that was free. How dare you?
How
yeah.
dare you?
Someone owes me a sub. Someone owes me a sub.
Yeah, someone owes Pat a sub for him doing a flex. I'm gonna give
Who
away
wants
a
to sub
copy.
for Pat?
Yeah. I've been never mind. Make sure I don't delete someone that I need. Okay, so we're gonna give away a Roll20 copy of Monster of the Week. So if you do #monster, you can win a code. And let me make sure I can give you that before I explicitly. Well, it's already open. If it doesn't work, I'll just buy one. But... how's everyone doing? It's been a while since we played.
So good. So good today. It's a good day.
Good day. Good day. It's like 5 goods. Yeah.
I'm great, Tim. Stoked. Let's do this thing. I've had so much coffee.
Well, you're super stoked.
Hell yeah, baby. Josh's internet is broken. That is why he is not here. Sorry, I'm updating the spreadsheet so I can give away the Monster of the Week. So yeah, we couldn't even record Naruto Reviewto last night, unfortunately. So what are you gonna do? Partially this giveaway is sponsored by Roll20, obviously. Partially sponsored by Evil Hat. That's who makes Monster of the Week. Let me check.
Evil Hat. That's a cool name.
Evil Hat. Evil Hat Productions. And partially Vanguard of the Veil, our new Monster of the Week stream podcast every Monday. I meant to give these away on those streams, but I forgot. Yesterday I decided to get shit done. I fixed my washer. So you know how I'm a homeowner now, so I have to do that. I have to get on the dirty basement floor. And I was like, man, if Susie was here, I think I actually joked in my brain, like, what would Susie do in this situation? get on the
Susie would
dirty.
just do it for you.
Yeah.
I would. I honestly would. I'm very controlling when it comes to house projects, and I end up
Okay.
doing everything myself.
I
All
love
right,
that.
Let's
I want.
let's roll back a little bit to what you were talking about before. Tell me what you want in a house, and I'll start looking. And while Missouri, it doesn't like
Missouri.
women, people with uteruses, gay people. St. Louis does, and it rocks. And there's a lot more like trans protections because of a friend of all of ours, Christopher Bedell, who owns a business here. Apparently, his company is like one of the main reasons why Missouri lets trans workers receive health care, because like, you know how much money we're bringing to the state? If you don't do this, we're gonna kick your ass. And
Interesting.
yeah. So all that to say is I need help. But yeah, I had to get on the dirty ground, get out a little wrench thingy, and did everyone tweet that we're live?
Oh,
I
well, I'll
retweeted
do
your
it.
tweet and a tweet that I tweeted from last April.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
The past tense of tweet
okay?
should be, instead of tweeted, it should be twit. I twit it.
You tw-
No,
Okay, Dad.
it's not a dad joke. It's not a
I
pun.
don't know.
you twatted that one.
I got distracted. I got
What was-
distracted by like 7 different things. Oh yeah, so basically what happened was one of the feeties of the washer wasn't touching ground.
It was in level.
So we would come down. I was like, "What's the matter with this?" And it was like, it's obviously a very heavy machine, so I'd like move it. It would rock a little bit, but not a lot. And we'd come back down, and it would be like I wash sheets, and it was like 5 inches forward. And now every time we come back, the goo tray is always open. It's like, is there a goo thief here? That when I, do washing, he comes in and takes our goo. But it was like don't. So I had to
Some
get
kind
rid
of
that.
goo goblin.
Some sort of goo goblin living in my basement. But
There was some wild Kickstarter a while back that was like a hydraulic active balancer for your washing machine.
Mhm.
So you put the washing machine on this thing, and then as your washing machine shook, it shakes in the opposite direction, so it stays perfectly still.
Whoa. Well, I got to finally use my level, which I bought that. I forget why. And that felt good. But yeah, Susie, you should move to near me, and you can help me do everything because I don't know how to do anything.
I'll do all the things.
somewhere between Tim and I.
No.
Okay. I'm currently stripping
fight
like
you.
8 layers of paint off my bathroom windows just because I
yummy,
felt
delicious.
like having wood in my bathroom, and then we're
Yummy,
also
yummy.
repainting, and I need to move a treadmill down into my basement.
Oh,
That's my project for the weekend.
okay. Well,
Nice.
I hope the stream doesn't crash, and if it does, it's no one's fault.
It's
We'll
not
come
already
back.
crashing.
Is it?
you need to talk about house shit for 5 hours? I need to learn how to hang things in plaster. I need to figure out why my house is so cold.
You need the anchors.
Yep. They're kind of like when you put it in the wall and then they go like this, then they come like this. They like hook in.
Okay, yeah.
Buy my books
Are they?
What?
so I can buy.
Sorry. What just happened? We'll do it, but why?
I'll do it.
I already did. I'll do it again. Where'd you go?
I meant to unmute myself. Gracie, go play.
Pat just like real world chat trolled. Like jump in, buy my books, log out.
It's like, Pat, you can just talk. You know that, right? You can say shit.
Look how cute my daughter is. Buy my books.
I'm dying. Look at my new ring. You can't really see it. Can you see it? It's a naked lady. Anyway, I'll text it to the group. Pat, I love you.
I love you too.
My books. Delete self from chat.
Mhm. If somebody buys Pat's book in the next 2 hours and they tweet about it and send me their Venmo, I'll send you $5.
Susie, you don't have to do that.
What? Do it. $5 off.
I like this. That wasn't that complicated, but it should be more complicated. Like
It should.
There should be 20 steps that like no one could possibly do in 2 hours.
I want people to buy Pat's book. And I have $5.
Thank you, Susie. You're a good friend, and
I
I
try.
value you.
I definitely don't buy my friends.
For every
be
copy
weird.
of Pat's
you
book
do.
that we sell,
No,
we'll send
Susie and
one
I.
to a
No,
needy
this is great that we're
child.
doing this.
One
I love
book,
that we're
one
on the
flex.
show together because GeeklyCon is what brought Susie and I together as friends.
Mhm.
We met IRL in line at the bar at a GeeklyCon at the live show at one of the past GeeklyCons. Remember when those were a thing? And
Tim.
okay,
Tim's like, conversation over.
Cut.
Tim, between the stocking hat and you're quite a street tough. You're
I'm
looking there.
I'm a guy.
Especially when you hold it like that. You look real tough. I miss GeeklyCon. That was fun.
Yeah, we'll probably do it this year, I think.
Hell
That'd
yeah.
be nice.
I'm not in charge of it, so I can say whatever I want.
Should we play some D&D?
I would
What do you
love
think? I don't
to.
know.
Is that
Yeah.
what we're here for?
Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, it's been a couple weeks since we streamed, and even longer since we streamed like an actual session. Right?
We just kind of did like a
Yeah,
RP
'cause-
hang.
Yeah, that was like
something
3
like-
weeks ago. Is that right? Because last week I just strummed,
weeks,
and then a week before that, I think Josh and I strummed. I don't, or maybe that was like a different time. I don't remember. Anyways, it's been quite some time since we strummed. So yeah, basically, you all are in this spire of some sort of a Netheril. You met a good friend. His name is Dazan, and basically, you helped him and his undead buddy be
We made him. We Pinocchio'd him. We turned
yeah.
him into a real boy.
yeah, and you decided that basically you were going to take a long rest inside of this lost spire, this broken up upside down world, and Dazan and his revenant bodyguard Krintos can be heard moving about upstairs, and it's the next morning, I guess, right?
Okay. Yeah. So if I can, because something, if you remember, one thing when we were exploring the upside down spire is there was a corpse that was quite old and rotted and had a ring
Yes.
on its finger, and the ring had like you said, the marking of like half a heart
Yes.
on it. And now that I've had some time to study it and take a look, right, here's the fucking thing. It's weird, mate. Is I'm wearing. I got this ring, and when I got it on, I feel like this like pull, this tug, or this like desire to go in a specific direction. Right? It's just like it's not like physical. It's not hard. It doesn't cause me pain and nothing. It's just like I want. It's like the ring wants to go that way. I wonder because it's got like half a heart. See, I wonder if it's got a mate, if it's got a partner, like a soul ring. Can rings have spouses?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a really good idea. We should do that. Thanks, Punchy.
The Dead Eye Redemption tour starts now.
What? So, but what's over the earth? The direction that you pointed with your fancy love ring.
Of where we're at in the spire, Tim, which like cardinal direction?
East.
Like, east. I feel eastward.
Or would it be west because you're upside down? I'm kidding. You're right set up. It's
No.
east.
What? So what's
So I'll be
over
like-
there?
Toward I think east of us would be what, the mountain range, the spine of the world. Let me pull up the map.
Yeah, I can move you to map.
Or is it in roll 20? Is there one?
Yeah, there's one in World 20. Give me a fucking second. Stop hassling me.
It's okay. I can look it up. I'm just trying to
I
help.
can never find it. It's like they hide it. Bloop. All right, here I go. Has the stream crashed? Nope. Okay. Or has it? Okay. I have to move to make sure that nothing's crashed. And I click this. Anything? Okay. There we go. Look at us.
Empty map.
Ooh.
Yeah. So y'all are somewhere.
Weren't we
Tell you what
East
I'll
of
do.
East Haven.
I will show you where. You are...
Literally any words on it.
It's
Yeah,
doing
it's a
its
blank map.
best.
You refresh.
Refresh.
So,
Oh, I found the words. I found
yes.
them.
D Martin G. Are you
What?
kidding me right now? He literally just Venmoed me $6.
That works, man.
You're a real sweetheart. Here, have some more. That's how we're gonna play it.
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll just hold it like this for 2 hours.
I can do this all
You're-
day.
Yeah. So, were we supposed to be doing anything with the town for, like, I don't know, helping them with their headaches, or were we just gonna check out the wizard and then say, okay, bye?
That's a great. Well, you had a headache too, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but I think it's good for now.
Well, I don't want you to suffer.
Oh, then we just go back there.
So,
Ooh,
look,
Jennifer,
it's
your
maps.
sound is quite chunky.
Oh
Busted.
no. How
Sounds
do
like
I-
there's a fan going
I
right
think
into
there's
your
probably
mic.
5 things happening. I think you need to go root through your settings and make sure that auto gain for your microphone is turned off. You can do that in
I
this,
don't know how to do that.
you can do that in the sound properties. And barring that, you need to download an extension to block frickin' Google or Google Meet from doing it, because it's a B word. But that's up to you.
Right.
But yeah, you guys came up here knowing that Dazan, after he murdered some people, scullied up this way.
Oh, we're up there. Yeah,
but
so we're out in the
the
boonies.
yeah,
I imagine
the headache zone is down south
Yeah.
west.
Right. So it wants us. It's pulling us east. There's not much to the east, to be truthful. It's kind of the edge of the spine, right? The mountains and that Worm Doom crag. Can I roll something like nature if I know what's
Or like
east?
history, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not great. That's a 12.
12. You just know that there's some Goliath tribes that sometimes hang out up there. You know that there's just a big glacier.
Oh, I love Goliath. They're big and strong like me.
One Sunball Flex. Thank you, Martin G.
Yes.
Wait, if D Martin G Venmo'd you for flexes, does that mean you have to Venmo each of us $1?
Yes.
Legally, yeah.
Or do you have to Venmo everyone that streams on Geekly 4 cents? Because
As per the new contract, sort of.
I just want to know if the flex
Sure,
are
I'll get
tax
right on that.
deductible.
Yeah, they should be. They are. I'll ask Molly. Yeah, so that's what you know. Sorry.
Right. So ain't much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
guess. Oh, you know it could. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
I just had
All right.
I just had a flash. Okay. I know it was just last night, but I swear to God, it feels like 3 fucking weeks ago we had this conversation with Dazan. He said this spire that we was in was part of that city, Netherreal. It's a floating city, and the whole fucking thing came crashing down, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the bloke that was wearing this ring maybe came from Netherreal. Maybe the other ring is on another person who was in Netherreal. Maybe if we follow this, that was not the voice. Maybe we. You gotta be careful with that Cockney. It can stray into baby talk real easy. Maybe if we follow this, right? Maybe if we follow the ring, it will take us to the rest of the city. And who fucking knows what untold treasures and loots and wonders we could uncover. We're fucking adventurers, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're also kind of the cops, and we're a lot of things.
No, I thought we was good guys.
This is a fantasy world. Well, man, that was a lot to unload.
All guards are bastards.
So what we're supposed to keep the people from dying is one of our main goals, to make sure that they don't burn to death or freeze to death, and then also get rich, but also save family. And for you specifically, stay away from family. Did I miss something?
No, I mean, I feel like there's a case to be made that seeking out the fallen city of Neferil covers all them bases, because you never know, like, what. Because if we don't get all the loot and magical items and weapons or whatever cool shite they got in there, who knows what kind of dastardly foes
you know
get
who are trying to get it. It's every single one of these Arcane Brotherhood wizards.
Oh yeah, the Arcane Brotherhood, yeah.
And especially like Avarice is like, I want
That's
that.
right.
For my
so here's the
devil
thing.
daddy.
We do not want the Arcane Brotherhood to get like more powerful, not just because they want to kill me, not just, I mean, that's important to me, but like for a greater good. It's probably best for a greater good if they don't, if they're somewhat tempered, put some guardrails on their power abilities, right? Like, oh, take it easy there, chaps. Maybe don't get too powerful.
Certainly that train of thought works. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've never led us astray before, so I say let's just follow you. Let's do it.
Dash, I don't know what it is. Maybe you got a good night's sleep, but you're firing all cylinders today. I feel like we're really simpatico in this moment, and I'm loving it.
Well, there's nothing that could possibly go wrong.
Yes, right. Certainly you've never led us astray, Deadeye.
That is true. That is true. Nettle, you're awfully quiet this morning. You talking to your devil god?
What? I don't know who you're talking about.
Your icy devil god, Levistus.
I don't know. I don't know Levistus.
You literally do. He brought you back from the dead, gave you your new power set.
Oh, the man, the man. I know
right,
him.
Okay. Is that
His
who we're
name is
gonna call him?
Levistus. Have you met him before?
Holy shit, no. I've not, but I've heard things.
Well, we met some of his friends.
Right.
Yeah.
They
those
were okay.
people. They're the people with the swords. Huawar.
Warar.
Warar.
So, all right. So, Deadeye's got a love ring that's tugging him.
Sorry, there is a giveaway for a Roll20 copy of Monster of the Week. Hashtag Monster in the chat. Yes, it is real.
And my mother always said follow the tug, so we should probably check that one out. I'm cool with going and doing that, Deadeye.
Hold on. What was the context of this words of wisdom for your mum?
It's well, when I was a child, I would run around a lot and get into trouble, and my mother put me on a child leash. There's a whole get up, and I was on a leash when we would go out in public, because I nearly died several times, and I'd run and see the knives laying around. I've got all these knives. I love knives, and pick them up, and she'd be like, "No, follow the tug," and that's how that worked.
Right.
Well, I sure miss my mom. She never put me on a leash, though. So I guess I was maybe just a better kid.
Ash, my mom.
What's up?
Does that make you my mom?
I don't know if that's how familial relations work.
I think we're in more of a guardian situation here.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I keep forgetting that I have this tied to you, but I think it's still a good thing that it just stays there.
Well,
that magical baby has grown up a bit, apparently. Here it is.
Hello, baby. You can't really see her. She's just off a little bit. Yeah, because a little bit of your
Oh, it
Right
cuts off
side
here.
is cut off on the screen.
Oh, I was just being hugged by an adorable 4-year-old. Twitch.
Okay, I got really confused about Invisible Baby.
Oh, right. So should we shove off?
Well, sure. Is there nothing else that we need to do over here?
There was an entire floor of this building we didn't check
Well-
out
Didn't?
for treasures and whatnot. But I'm cool to leave if y'all done here.
We didn't.
I mean, I feel I'm a completionist, and I would like to unlock all the things
Right.
and trophies and gold.
Sure.
Break the door
I-
down.
Well, where's Dazan, by the way? Like,
He's upstairs.
Yeah, he booked it.
he like leave?
You don't know. I don't know. It depends on
Okay.
where you guys are sleeping. Either he's
Okay.
to your left or he's to your. For some reason, I didn't think you guys went back up the hole. You just are on that same level where you found the ring and stuff, or not the dead
The
wizard of
wisp?
the bed
Yeah.
and the
Okay.
wisp. Yeah.
That's the title of my sex tape, The Wizard of the Bed.
The wizard and the wisp. So yeah, you're either on the bottom level or you are, I don't know, the third level. And the third level is the level that I believe you did not search simply because of meeting a man that you saw was dead in another town and explicitly dead creature man. So
Right.
yeah, I kind of just assume you're in level 4, and that's where you guys made camp and leveled up to level 5 and all that good shit. So you just need to climb up through the hole and get on out.
Right.
Let's do it.
We agree. Shall we do it?
All right, you leave from what I call level 4 to what? Wait, no. To what I call level 3, and this is the floor you didn't check. So did you hear Dazan and Krentus talking in the northernmost room, and you can't really make out what they're saying. Just this and that and the other thing. Do you guys want to just leave? Do you want to look at the other places in this floor? Or do you want to talk to Dazan? I mean, he's in a room you haven't been in. So,
I was gonna ask Dazan about frickin' something,
mhm,
and I cannot remember what it was now.
love. Yeah, I feel like something came up on the not real episode where we just shot the shit. And I don't remember what it was.
Well, schnitzel.
Fuck. Okay,
Right. I
I
thought it
have
was.
like
I know. I had
six,
something too.
6 quest logs that I'm looking through
Yeah.
because I keep starting new ones when I
Yeah.
forget where I put the other one.
Mhm.
No, it's hard. It's hard. I can never, ever keep up with anything.
Was we gonna ask him to join us?
I think you tried.
Oh,
I think you
menagerie.
tried
We already
that.
tried that. It didn't work. Right.
He probably didn't like he said menagerie, but whatever. That's just my opinion. But also, my opinion is the only one that matters.
True that.
What do you do?
Oh, I remember. I was going to ask him if he knew anything about the Codicil of White.
Oh, yes, you were. Okay. Yeah, you hear him bonking around.
Him and the zombie are fucking.
Come
Not
on.
that.
Come on.
Hey, Dazan.
Do you knock on the door? Do you just peek your little head in? Do you just yell?
Is the door closed?
The door is closed.
Well, yeah. Then I mean, I'm gonna knock. I don't want to interrupt. That.
Mhm.
So knock, Dazan.
The murmuring stops and goes, yes, hello, come on in. I don't remember his voice. I think it was just kind of a normal voice.
Hey, so we're on our way out of the building.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you because you seem like a knowledgeable fellow.
Yeah.
I remember we were also looking for something called the Codicil of White, and I was wondering if you perhaps knew anything about it or its whereabouts.
Yes, I'm still combing through other Dazan's notes, and I'm getting information that I learned, and he kind of looks at you, Deadeye, the past day from Krintos here, because I don't remember any of you, but Krintos explained to me who you were. And I have a recollection of obviously seeing you when you made me a real creature. I just don't remember how you got here. So Krintos filled me in on everything and some of your more interesting quirks. The Codicil of Light. What can we say? It was it's some sort of book, perhaps, that the rumors say can lead to this ancient Netherite city. Other rumors say that it doesn't just lead you there. It's literally the only way to get there. Whether it's it's a classic. The path will be open before you. Is that follow the dotted line, or is it you just can't get through? Whatever it is, we're not sure. We had a few disagreements on our way over here. Avarice seems to think it's literally like a key. I can't remember exactly what I thought. I think that was pretty quick into, or a little bit into our journey, and I probably was just arguing for the sake of arguing at that point. But regardless, it's important to find the city. You have to have it. It seems like I'm sure there's another way to brute force it, but I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely tied to Oral. From what I can imagine, I owe you at least that much to tell you for helping me. So it would not be wherever it is. It is not in the city, is our understanding. It is somewhere that Oral would keep safe.
Oh well, thank you for the information. That sounds like terrible news because we don't want to. I didn't want to have to interact with Oral,
No, for sure. You never want to interact with the person in the front of the cover to the very end. But it is dangerous. But Oral is a demigod and not a god, so it could be worse.
Well, shit, Deadeye. Oral has the book, I guess.
Right. I imagine we're gonna fuck her up some point. Like she don't like me. I mean, also I guess by proxy, but definitely don't like me. So
yeah, you and your sun machine.
Right. I wish that thing still worked. That was fun, right? That was fun for a few hours. It was nice.
Yeah, then the whole town got murdered.
No,
Well, yeah, it was pretty
okay.
nice. I felt my toes for the first time in a good long time.
Right.
Hey, you all have
It was
frostbite. Did I not say that?
It was not an old town. I mean, it's okay. It was like half. Okay. And we got we got a building out of it.
It's a very town half full outlook of you.
Right? Yes. It's your town half alive, half dead. That's how you see the world. Well, okay. So, shall we off?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Was that it for this floor? They're just hanging out here.
Yeah. So I guess I should tell you what's in his room as you open it. Where the fuck am I?
Do you guys ever think about that lady that had no pockets and wonder how she's doing? I mean, we know she's dead because we saw it in the mirror, but what's that?
I hope that someone's given her pockets by now.
Well, I hope so. She's just kind of reaching out there in the cold with that orb that looks pretty shiny and cool.
Yeah,
but
she's dead.
She's dead.
Super dead.
Just super lonely.
What orb? Who? What person without pockets? Oh, I'm a wizard. I love orbs.
I mean, I think you pretty much know that pretty much is all the information we had on it. Those 3 words.
You know more. That's okay.
We saw her in a mirror.
Do you know more? You do know more.
We know what the landscape looks like, don't we?
Yeah, I forget if you know more or if you know 3 chunks of information that aren't explicitly been tied
put
together.
together.
I feel like if we weren't constantly like downgrading her to the lady without pockets, that more of these clues would have made
Yeah.
sense over time.
Okay, I'll just spell it out just in cases again, because I don't remember what I've said, so you shouldn't have to either. Even though I need you guys to, please, because my brain doesn't work. That's Nas Lantomir. That's the person that Avarice said kind of stowed away on this expedition and then stole something. The Professor Orb, I believe it was called, from Velian Harpel, the woman you met on the first session, second session, who told you about the woman with no pockets, aka the Orb Girl. Avarice, I believe, told you, or maybe it was put together from looking in the mirror in the elf tomb. Man, we've been doing a lot of these.
There was an elf
she's
tomb.
dead.
We saw it there.
Yeah, the elf tomb. What a great way to sprinkle in some foreshadowing. We love the elf tomb, and I'm glad you guys messed with it. So yeah, basically you're able to put together that this wizard stowed away and now dead somewhere. And does anyone hear that? Do you tell him any of this extra information? He is a chaotic figure. I don't know if I would tell him all this information, but so far he's not as bad as Avarice, and he owes you.
That's up to you guys. I just remember that she's the lady with no pockets.
I feel like that's
Was.
Yeah, this is Jedi's information to control here.
Was a lady with no pockets, not is.
Or perhaps.
What? Sorry, now
That's
she's
not
a
always.
dead lady with no pockets.
So.
'Cause
Anyway,
I know Mitten still doesn't really trust Dazan, even though we saved him. But
Nor should you.
no, yeah.
Or should you?
So, you have a good one.
All right.
New guy. I mean, like, happy birthday, I guess. Like, or like,
Good one. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'll see you around. None of you
Yeah.
have an extra spell book on hand or anything.
no.
we found
Patch,
the book
honest to goodness,
in a
checks her
treasure
pockets.
chest,
Sorry.
and then
well-
it disappeared.
Sorry, Jennifer. Your audio is
No, don't
quite
say
wonky.
what. She told them we found one and it, like, crumbled to dust or disappeared.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, piss. Well, I guess I can venture to 10 towns.
I wouldn't. Or at least I'd go round wide, but give a wide berth to East Haven because they literally just executed a bloke who looked just like you, and they're liable to do the same to you on site.
oh yes, that's a hot tip.
Yes. Quint
So-
just reminded me that you told me that. I will not go to East Haven, and I will go to Brenchander, and I will look Ooh, I can't cast illusion. All right, I'll just put a lot of clothes on and change my voice.
Right. We don't know if they've heard of you in other towns. We just know East Haven would be
I'm
no
sure
no.
they've heard of me.
Okay, let's.
They
Okay,
probably
well,
just don't know my voice in
yeah.
Brenchander. Brenchander is most likely to have the spellbook regardless. So
I guess good luck. Well, I guess as long as you don't, mean to do bad things and harm
never.
to the world. I guess
No.
good luck, and I hope you don't die.
Well, same to you. If there's, I hope our paths cross again, and I hope my information codicil of white is helpful. And if you find it, I hope you reach out to me.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
certainly. We'll send a raven or whatever.
Sure. Cool. Well, I'm gonna take some more time packing my stuff up. Yeah, this is just his room. It's sort of like it looks like a wizard's sort of office, right? And more of the tables and things like that have been right-sided up, even if many of them are quite bonked and broken. The area, there's like the area to the left that you have to jump over the hole to get into. And besides that, you're done with this place.
All right.
And reminder that you have this frickin' amulet to find control a shield guardian, but you don't know where it is, and neither does Dazan.
Oh, where the shield guardian is?
Yeah, you just have to control.
thought I,
it.
like, summoned it.
It busted out. It busted
Oh,
the frick
okay.
out, and has explicit, and that's what actually made these holes. Dazan explains. So that's weird.
So it's just wandering around.
Yeah,
That's great.
What is the shield guardian?
or exploded or frozen to death at the bottom of a lake.
Or maybe he's got the other half of the heart.
Ooh, that's possible. Wouldn't that be fun?
That's cool. So are we up and out, like climbing
you
up,
want
like, out
to.
into
Sure.
everyone else? We good?
Yeah, Mittens kind of just like ascends through the tubes,
Yeah.
snake-like.
Yeah, you do snake
Right.
stuff.
Okay. Once we're out, I turn around and look at the entrance and like, wouldn't it be funny to like blow this up and cave it in with rock and stuff? Crazy.
What? That's absolutely fucked up.
Do you want to kill the wizard?
No, not kill him. Just trap him. I don't want to do it. I just said I thought it'd be funny.
You-
All right, well, don't do it. Let's go. Okay, fine. Let's just
Christ,
go.
Deadeye.
Hey guys, good to see you.
Hey,
Hey,
Sonar.
Sonar.
Right.
See, you didn't die. That's good. That's good. Finding new friends. Any new weird stuff?
We found someone.
Oh, well, you can tell me all about it. She's like brushing one of the axe beaks next to your carriage wagon thing. You all pile in to your mode of transport. What do you do?
Head east.
Yeah, follow. Are we following the tug?
You're following the tug?
Follow the tug.
Cool.
I vote follow tug.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
curious how long Sonar would wait for us.
I mean,
Like, what if we did die down there?
I mean, she's a mummy who's been
you
around for
can
a
ask
very
her.
long
You
time.
see what she
Probably.
says.
I'm curious about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, ask her.
Sonar, how's your perception of time? Like, how long would you have waited down there for us? Like, if we had died at the bottom of the top of the, it was a tower. It was upside down, so the bottom top.
That's a good question. I guess if the axe beaks ran out of food or whatever like that, I would make sure they didn't die. But they could stay out here for at least a week or 3. So, let's say 3 weeks. Should we come up with a plan just in case?
I really feel like 3 weeks is too long.
You
Like,
do? Okay. I
I
was,
mean,
like if we leave you at the entrance of a building and we don't come back for 3 weeks, something has happened.
oh, that's fair. That is fair. I guess I don't. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is yeah, it's fair. I mean, what should we say? I mean, put it this way, I would say, Sonar, if we leave you and you're with the axe beaks and we go in somewhere like a temple or a cave or a building or a portal to another dimension, wait, don't bring harm to the axe beaks, right? Like, we love
Yeah,
our
do
babies.
no harm.
They are good,
Roll a
they're
roll.
good feather boys. And right, so like, don't let them starve or die of thirst. And if that becomes an issue, definitely do what you got to do to keep them alive. And then, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not too. Sonar's an immortal undead thing. What's 3 weeks? You can
Nah,
wait
just
3
Vortex
feel
weeks.
like-
don't die. It's different.
We
Yeah,
all-
next time we go into a place, we should just do it case by case because we are looking for like a fallen city. And if we go into like a fallen city, there's a lot to look around there. But like,
That's true.
but like
That
this
is
building,
true.
if we were gone for more than like today, I would hope Sonar would come for us.
But you didn't know how big it was until you went in there. So I guess whenever you leave me somewhere, maybe just say explicitly.
Great.
what,
Love this part of our operation now.
Mr. Deadeye, wouldn't it just be like a little bit easier? Shut up, Tuck. Wouldn't it just be like a little bit easier if you just made like a sort of walkie-talkie thing? So
I would love to
'cause,
make
like,
one of
what if-
those.
What if we start like, I don't know, simultaneously bleeding out? And Sonar's like the only one that could help us, but
Right.
she's off feeding the axe beaks because that's what you said. What she said.
So that is a great point. It's on me. It's in my journal of things. Now, me goggles at night. I could like deactivate my infusion, and then I could create one pair of such a device. But we only have one pair. We'd have, only 2 people could have them.
Well,
would
it
love
sounds
to-
like I just need it, so that sounds good.
Okay, but then I wouldn't be able to see in the dark.
Who gives a shit?
Well, neither can I.
But
Right, I
can
could just go
see
back
Here
to
you
Cat's
are
sunlight.
with all the normal, boring people.
That's true.
That
Nettle
can't
can see
in the
everything.
dark.
If only.
Yeah, she can see well enough for all of us.
I
That's
can
very
see
true.
so many things.
What's over there? And I point to like just a mound of snow.
It's a mound of snow.
Oh my God.
That's pretty much what you see.
Okay, that's fair. What about over there?
That's what's over there.
So
I'm beginning to think that all of our eyesight is relatively similar.
I can see in the dark. Fuck you.
now I think right. The question with Nettle is Nettle can see everything. The question with Nettle is Nettle going to be able to communicate, tell us everything she sees in a way that we'll understand? Because I think sometimes what Nettle thinks is important to tell us, and that's okay, is different what we think is important for us to know.
Well, I think that if there's something super specific that you'd like to know, that you should really specify your questions to be more clear.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Can we just go?
Right. Can we
Follow
leave?
the tug, please.
Yeah. I feel like
Okay.
follow the tug.
Following the old tug, as your mama told you.
I hate that. That's a thing.
So you
That's our
are
canon.
you're in the great white nothing, the expanse of nothingness. Mittens, my good friend, I need you to give me a survival check, please.
Survival. $16.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to, with the help of Nettle's specialize, and your elf vision, you're able to kind of pick your way through the hills and valleys, so to speak, of the great Icewindian Dalian snow plains. And it's nighttime. Congrats, you've been going an entire day. What do? Go to sleep. Hi, Michael. I love you.
Oh.
One sub, one flex.
One sub, one flex. Yeah, I feel like doesn't it get really cold in the
It
evening?
does, and you haven't gone that far. You have to kind of go back. It was a good roll, so you probably go, the
Our
upper.
Geekly Overlord
amount.
says so I got to do some extra ones because I don't
Yeah.
get fired.
Since Michael did it, you should probably like flex a leg or like a butt or something.
Well, a butt I think might get us.
Michael did
A
a swear. I'm
suspension.
gonna ban him.
Yeah, you have no swearing.
So to nap or not to nap? Is that the question?
Right. If we take a rest, I can deactivate these goggles and activate those talkies.
Shut up, cat.
Sounds like you said, "Shut up, Pat."
Shut up, Pat.
Both
just did that
are
every
very,
now
it's very
and then.
viable. It could have gone either way. Like, it's very
Eventually, I will
reasonable.
say that if you ask me for dark vision again, I like to give my players a weakness here and there, and you're more fun to mess with, especially because you have a way to solve it.
Right.
So how far, Tim? Can you click on the map and where did we end up right now?
That's a great question. I'm actually doing a bit of math. So I believe a traveling day is 8 hours. So why did I Google that? I'm dumb.
There's some goof ass math here because the
Extra one.
distance between some of the towns is only 2 hours.
Yes.
And so if it's
But
8
that's on the
hours,
road.
that's like most of the map.
Yeah, but that's on the road. You can go a lot farther on roads. You're not on a road here.
Okay.
You are probably let me go to the scale. You're about like here.
Okay.
Somewhere around here.
Okay. We
Oh, so
really
we're
fall
going-
out in the fucking loonies.
Northeast.
Right.
I
This
mean,
is-
listen, if Deadeye, you need to stop so you can
I don't need. I mean, if we take a rest, I can do the
play
thing we
with your
talked
toys
about.
or whatever.
Okay, you know what? Now you sound like me dad. I don't appreciate that.
But yes or no?
If it's really important that we want to get the talkies, yes, I need to take a moment to rest, and I can deactivate the infusion, which powers me goggles, and activate it on creating a pair of sending stones.
What?
we can
And
get-
if you do that, then somebody can look at that shiny necklace too. Wasn't that a thing? The
Yeah,
thing with the necklace.
we have it.
Yeah.
Is that the guardian amulet?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you have attuned to it when we slept in the spire?
That's fair. Did I? I did.
I don't know.
Is there a limit to how many things you can attune to? Because
Three.
There is.
Yeah.
Go to D&D Beyond.
So then
Three.
I don't.
Everyone
maybe
but
know I
Pat can do
couldn't.
3, and maybe even Pat can't do 3. I don't know if that's still an Artificer's kit or if it's a
That's-
specific subclass of Artificer.
According to D&D Beyond still only has 3 slots. for
Yeah, I think
me.
it might be a specific.
Yeah,
boon.
and I technically
I have one open one, unless somebody
have
else wants to.
3.
If you
Has-
do you technically have 3?
Yeah, because my eye, my fake eye is 1 point.
We haven't talked about your fake eye much.
Yeah, what?
And when I was looking at your character sheet the other day, I was like, "What's this?"
It's my eyeball.
it's
I
your
only have one
eyeball.
eye.
I
My
swear to
eyes
God, we've
are
been doing this
different
for a
colors.
year, and I did not know that.
It's
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
up several
I've
times,
popped
but-
it out a couple
Yeah.
times. I put a gem
Oh,
in
maybe-
there
yeah,
for
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have a lot of weird stuff.
hmm So
Yeah.
technically, my 3 slots are filled. Phrasing. I didn't mean it that way. I swear.
This
I have
fills
my amulet
hole.
of health, my psi crystal, and then my eyeball.
Yeah. That's very weird. What a weird item.
Mhm.
I guess
I
it's
mean-
good. I guess it doesn't seem that big of a deal, but it literally gives you eyesight again, or because I thought like the way that it's like phrased, is because it's all one sentence. I don't think you can use it to roll around and see through it, but maybe you can. That may be fun, and we maybe have done that before. I don't remember, but there is no definition between flavor. You have how do you have so many magic items? Look at you go.
Pockets.
And you're not even using that ring of free action that you guys bought.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
So you need to get rid of the amulet of health,
Ooh.
the crystal,
I like that one.
or your eye, and just go.
Take my eyeball out.
Yeah,
Oh
just
no.
go mono zone.
Goodness.
Yeah, I have an open attunement spot.
You want a
for it.
ring of free action?
I mean,
I just want things because they're shiny, not necessarily because they serve a purpose for me.
Oh no!
Oh no.
oh no.
Oh no! Hello.
Oh hey.
Apparently, my page decided to refresh.
That'll happen.
So I mean, the ring of free action actually would be really dope while we're like walking places.
Would you want it?
Sure. Where's the attunement thing? Can I use it?
Yeah, go to
Yeah,
inventory,
go to,
and then it's the fourth little
One.
tab over.
Ooh. Aha, attunement. Attunement. I've got a free slot.
While we're messing around with this chat, tell us something cool that's going on in your own D&D games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it and then I'll put it on.
You'll use it better than me when I forgot that I had it.
Do I have to attune the gray bag of tricks?
Apparently,
No,
you don't need to tune to the bag of tricks, which is.
And that's what I
horseshit.
wanted.
That's
in the
dope as
last
hell.
place. That man. You just started a new campaign, Thrifty Nerd? That's dope
That's
as
so
hell. Man.
Wow.
So, to help us decide if we should stop, Deadeye, after having been tugged for 8 hours, has the nature of the tugging changed? I is it firmer? Are you sore in any way, or is it just still
No. No.
no?
Oh, I see what you're doing, Mitz.
What? He asked you a serious question. I don't understand.
He was
trying
doing
to discern if we can
innuendo
stop.
to imply masturbation.
Oh, Deadeye,
That's-
that's disgusting.
And that is absolutely
Oh
not
yeah,
how
you used to
you
do that a lot when we were kids.
I don't
I
want
would
to
walk
think
it on you all
about
the
your
time. Punchy, shut
long,
the fuck
thin
up.
wiener.
Ew.
I've seen that spaghetti noodle. No, thank you.
Oh my god.
Christ.
Ew.
No, it's just the same direction that way. Have I felt any movement in its like trajectory, Tim, or is just pretty steady? Like,
Phrasing.
is it felt like at a fixed point, or is it like kind of moving, or is
Yeah,
it
because
like...
as you're kind of going around the sort of hills and mountains and valleys and poor terrain and having like double back and things like that, you are kind of given a vibe of like if you ever have to turn left or right to go down like a certain path or find a way, you know which way to go. You're sort of like, oh, actually, I feel the tug. I'm being tugged to the left. And yeah, you know that you motherfucker. You started off and you assume that that you were somewhere between 20 and 35 miles from... Oh man. Does this ring break the campaign? No, it doesn't. It's between 20 and 35 miles. But you also know that you're getting... it keeps switching back and forth as though it's connecting to different Wi-Fi signals. And you know that it keeps going back and forth between 20 and 30 and 50 to 100. And it's not... there seems to be some sort of interference going on.
Right.
But yeah,
I try to describe that to the party, what you said, that how it's kind of in the same general direction, but it seems like it's moving, or kind of there might be something interfering in its static, which in my opinion leads me to further believe it's taking us to the city of Neferil, because like there may be some big like arcane interference like happening.
Yeah, I mean, if it's that far away, it
Yeah.
could be another city.
It's worth. Right. So wait, did we figure out the whole like round robin of items? There was like a ring and there's an amulet, because that shit, if we come across that guardian, that could be a really fucking valuable ally in a scrap. So
Well, yeah. Am I taking the ring?
who's taking what?
Because I've got a free slot for the ring. Anybody else have slots open?
I have a free one.
what was that?
I have a free one open.
You have a free one? You're really quiet right now. So.
Yeah, your mic is busted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take the necklace for
It's
the giant stuff.
It's impossible to make content nowadays because everyone's computer just breaks. My computer was breaking, then once I fixed mine, Josh's internet broke, and Bachman's computer has been freezing too. Fred's computer has been breaking. There's something going. It's probably because we're working from home more. I don't fucking know. Maybe we're just like getting weirder porn habits now that we've been in pandemic for 3 years and we're starting to make odd choices. I don't know. It's like normally I wouldn't download this, but I'm real curious.
I think it's a conspiracy by corporations to make everyone's home computers start to suck, so they're trying to force people back into the office.
I just feel like it's weird that you jump straight to weird porn, Tim.
That's what breaks computers. There's two things: time and weird porn. That's it. And lightning strikes. I think, or maybe that's old computers. But it's more.
What if your
Mhm.
what if lightning strikes are your kink?
Whoa.
So then it's two. It's
Whoa. I literally have
This is a
never thought
lot.
about that.
That's
it could be both things.
Whoa.
Is my mic
okay.
any
Wait,
better?
wait. Are we giving Nettle the amulet that lets you control a big, powerful, punchy construct thing?
Yeah, who cares?
that honestly
Personally, I
seems
don't see any problems.
Okay, Nettle. In game, Nettle. I would like to say I adore you as a person. I think you are precocious and whimsical and a true delight to travel with and go on adventures with. Um, though you could be a bit impulsive, right? Is that fair? You kind of go off and do your own thing from time to time. I'm just
Well,
wondering.
that's because everyone's all like, "Oh, we should like talk about things for a really long time," and I'm like, "We'll just go do the thing," and then no
Right.
one follows me, and that's really
Fair.
not my fault.
Are you trying to lecture Nettle, Deadeye?
No, I'm just trying to be. I'm trying to do. It's like, you ever heard of this thing? You have to give like feedback. You do like a sandwich of word where you say like something positive, then you give the constructive criticism, and then you say something positive.
Yeah, the nicer the sandwich, the shittier the filling. You're really layering it on there.
No, it's actually. I'm just thinking maybe something that like requires a bit of like hang back and tactical prowess. Maybe
Nettle,
like,
what did he say to you? I was giving
I said
Tuck a
I adore
snack.
her as a person and I love our time together as adventurers. I'm just saying I don't know that Nettle is the right person to be controlling
He
a shield
doesn't
guardian.
think that I can handle holding the amulet.
Wow.
I said you could.
I thought
Okay,
we were
you know what?
supposed to trust each other, Deadeye.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, we're
Bye-bye.
fuck you, Mitzi. I know you're thinking the same thing.
Wow.
You're just throwing me under the wagon. Fine. You know what? Okay, Nettle. You know what? I hope take the guardian. Take the amulet. I think you're gonna do great. This is gonna be great, and there's no way nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
I've been watching so much Alone that I saw a squirrel there. I was like, I gotta get my knife. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, Deadeye, I have figured out how the ring works. By
Great.
You are getting tugged. You're being yanked.
And it's moving between
northeast.
100 miles and 30 miles.
Yeah, it's more What the fuck? It's more consistently to.
You're a terrorist. Go away.
It's like you're like 25 miles more consistently to the northeast.
Okay.
And you feel like, due to some of the mountains, you have gone about 4 miles today.
What is this amulet called?
The beep, 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 boop. Something about shield guardian.
Amulet of Shield Guardian.
Thank you.
So
Got it.
you just look up Shield Guardian too. We have to find it though, because it's not in the amulet. It's out wandering somewhere.
Yes.
So if we find it though, you'll be able to control it.
And be careful when you search in D&D Beyond. Well, I'll tell you right now, where it's located in the adventure, it's not where it's located for you guys. I can tell you that right now, because I don't want you guys to go there. I don't think it's that interesting. So you're not going to go there. If you walk
Love
there,
it.
it'll be empty, okay? I've already moved stuff. Stop trying to find the Goblin City. You're not going to Karkle.
Well, so if anybody's gonna find this guardian, it's probably Nettle, since she can see the best.
You know what? That's fair.
Have we tried calling the Guardian?
Just like
But
Guardian.
no, because nobody controls the amulet yet, because we haven't stared at it long enough.
Right.
Took, you're being ridiculous. Stop asking for rats.
Yeah, you hear the wind and the howls and yada yada yada. Whoo, that's what you hear all the time. You go to sleep the next day. You're attuned to the items that you've mentioned.
Sleeping.
You love it, don't you, folks?
Don't forget your 10 temp HP.
Yeah,
I did it.
my bros always be getting 10 HP.
Mhm.
Let me make sure there's nothing weird with the spell or with the amulet. 'Cause I don't think it can lead you to where it is. Oh, yes, it does.
Oh snap!
Motherfucker!
snap.
Why am I giving you guys all this shit? It makes so confusing to me. Okay, where is this baby? I know it's not where it's
Get down.
supposed to be. Where was I gonna put it? I know where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it right there.
2
Nettle.
miles away.
Shit, fucker. A humanoid that attunes to this amulet knows the distance and direction of the shield guard, provided the amulet and guardian of the same plane of existence you are. As an action, the amulet's attuned wearer can try to reactivate this. Okay, you have to be within 10 feet of each other. And you have to make a 20 intelligence check. So, Nettle, let me zoom out even more, motherfuck.
Snorty nose.
You guys have the weirdest set of things happening right now. And it's my fault, but you know, not all of the items that you have are in the adventure, but I can only blame myself. But you guys have such an insane net of telepathic tugs going on. Luckily, Tash is outside of her tug range. And Nettle, you feel like your tug is about 40 miles southwest,
Goodness.
and you've gotten farther from it.
Oh.
Want.
Wah. Yeah, you guys are eventually going to figure out exactly where you are if you just leave shit lying around. You're like, okay, I can triangulate my location.
Yeah, as soon as we get back in range of Tash's, we're golden.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's how we explain how Mittens always knows where you are. It's because of the 35 different beacons you guys have on your psychic brains. Okay. Next morning, do you continue on? Survival check.
I assume so. Oh, survival. Oh, that was not so good.
12.
12.
Okay. You make it with advantage, by the way.
Oh,
You rolled so good last time. You
That's-
don't have to.
15.
11.
Are we all doing one?
Nope. Just the leader. Just Mittens.
Oh, it's a 12. Then.
Oh, I was just meant.
It's not great.
12 twice.
I rolled 11 the second time.
Okay. 12? Yeah, 12's not great, but it's not horrible. You just don't make as much good time today. And you hear a howling in the distance as night approaches.
Like a
Cool.
like an animal type howling, or like a crazy wind.
Look at person.
At first you thought it was crazy wind, but now you're like, that might be an animal.
Right. Tim, can I do some kind of history or insight because of like it's a construct or like that I would know anything about shield guardians, the entities?
Absolutely. Especially because, as you said, it is a construct, which is explicitly what Arcana is about.
17.
17. What a great roll. What are you trying to figure out, my friend?
No, I just don't know if I like know anything about them just de facto that I can like to talk with Nettle about and like share some insight about whenever we come across it. And
Yeah. So the way that you remember your friend Krentos that you met 2 days ago?
yeah,
Basically, wizards, depending on how rad the wizards are, they either have like a sidekick that is just like a person, but if they're like super metal, which is somewhat ironic, they have an undead creature with them. But if they're like badass, they have a big old robot looking motherfucker. So you know that wizards and other spellcasters often create these shield guardians as protectors. They're squishy and they need someone to protect them, carry their
Right.
stuff. And they're always, loyal and things like that. That's why most high powerful wizards eschew the mortal sidekicks for more trustful ones. But
Right.
yeah, once the shield
I like that.
guardian is around, it's like major aim is to protect the wearer of the amulet.
so maybe it's so. Well, I was thinking if you, I just rip out like a page of my notes to hand to Nettle. That's like got some notes on like shield guardians and stuff I've come across and studied and what they can do and things like. I have some notes on the thing. I think it might help you. I think it could be a really useful ally should we come across it for you in combat, right? Because this thing, its whole purpose is to protect you, but it can do some damage as well. And I've even seen instances where it could like store a spell. Like, can you cast spells with your new abilities?
I can do this, and I make the pistol appear.
Right. I wonder if you could like, if that's the same. But like, I've seen it where you could like have the thing do the spell too, right? Like, maybe you could like do a shoot as well. That'd be cool. But it's like have like your own bodyguard who could help protect you and fight. So if you ever find yourself in a situation, you should try and keep it close, unless you're trying to be stealthy, right? Because these things are not fucking
is it
stealthy.
like a giant chewinga?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. It's like a giant chewinga made of metal.
Oh well, then we have to find it.
Right.
We're getting really far from it, I'm pretty sure, because I woke up and then it was like, oh, there's like this feeling, that's like south, that's in a direction that I don't know, that's like
You've got
that
a tug.
other way. It's the other way.
You got a tug now too? Oh. We're lousy with tugs in this wagon. Okay.
Very interesting that you think that Nettle having the Guardian amulet is a good thing now that you went and looked it up. Can never just trust your
I'm just saying.
teammates.
I said I had a moment. I was just being honest. Sorry, I'll keep it to myself in the past. Sorry, I thought we were in a trust where we could like be honest with each other. And then, group's like, no, this is a good thing. So like, what if the group decided? I've decided to go all in, and I'm trusting the group and seeing if I can help. So like, fuck you, Mittens. How's that?
Wow, everybody, I know, wow.
But
Let's calm down.
I guess we
all
can
right?
keep traveling. We're trying to see if we find a city.
Everyone, give me a perception check now.
Oh,
Percept.
16.
okay.
I needed that.
Very bad. Very bad.
Perception.
20.
6.
20.
Third. Nettle, you hear pitter patter of feeties. Doesn't feel like it's a big animal. It's which is somewhat odd given the pitter patter. I imagine you all have like a fire going or something of that nature as you're going through the snowy environs. And why does this have such a low stealth? What the fuck? And you see the light reflect off a small creature. And give me a quick nature check, Nettle.
Um, 17.
17. Yeah, you some sort of beast, maybe a fox, maybe a wolverine, maybe an ermine, something like that seems to be looking at your camp and sort of maybe walking towards it.
I put my hand on whoever's face is talking, and I'm like,
Probably
"Do you
me
see
trying
that?
to talk to you about the show, guys.
Do you see that? Probably not. Is it dark?
No, I took away. I mean,
Yeah, you can see everything. Yeah, you see a
no,
fox.
I definitely can't. Yeah,
What a sniffy boy. That's what you hear.
I'll be.
Thank you for the Foley, little creature,
back.
little guy.
Is that the noise that we hear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sniffs.
Yeah, it's an
So
Arctic
much
fox that covered in snow. So, sorry, what do you say, Niddle?
Walking towards us.
Yeah, sort of like slowly walking towards you, towards your. Maybe it's hungry. Looks a little thin. Maybe.
I throw a cookie in front of it.
Okay.
You're being a lot.
As it gets closer, you notice that when it goes into your sort of range of the more natural fire, you notice that its eyes aren't quite glowing from the reflection the way that many beasts do, but it has all too familiar glowing blue set of eyes, and it kind of opens its mouth to you and runs right over the cookie and tries to bite you.
Oh. Oh no! Don't no.
Does a 10 hit your AC for some reason?
No.
If that's possible. Yeah, it jumps up and is doing a bad job. You notice that it's extremely, extremely thin. And as you look around, you see maybe a dozen other beasties surrounding your
no.
camp. A frickin' bunny comes in and
Buddy attack too.
yeah, tries to how did I do that? Oh, there. Oh, that's fun. That's easy. I love when I forget and then remember how to use Roll20. No attacks on the bunny. I'll make one up. Tash, you feel a bit of pressure on your ankle.
Yeah.
Okay, now that was a 24. And you look down and there's a bunny who has sunk its teeth into your ankle. Oh, does 24 hit you? I forget. You might have some.
Yeah, it does.
Stuff.
Ow.
And there's a bunny that has dug its weird bunny fangs into your leg meat, and that's 1 damage.
Oh.
You hear as an elk bursts into your camp.
You're an elk.
I was like, that wasn't. I could go with elf. And Mittens, that I need you to. Oh wait, Mittens, a 15 to your armor class.
That's probably gonna hit. Let me double check. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You take 15 damage as this huge elk bursts through, or like I guess it's either, what do you want it? Do you want to be a reindeer? Do you want to be a moose? No, it's a reindeer and it has glow in the dark antlers. Isn't that fun?
Oh.
Oh, I hate that.
Whoa, I didn't know that creature exists. Oh, I'm definitely gonna throw that one at you.
The rave deer.
Yeah, rave deer comes in. You take 15 bludgeoning damage and give me a strength saving throw.
Rolling really bad today. That's 5.
5, and you're knocked on your butt. So imagine this is you're kind of getting swarmed by awakened beast right now, and you hear ba-dum, 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 as a. I didn't know this creature even existed. Look at that! Look how much fun I'm having attacking you. As a big honking woolly rhinoceros, think mammoth, but rhino, charges in and tries to get you, Deadeye. I don't care that you're not here. You're about to get smooshed. Blip. Deadeye has a really high AC. Fucker. 10. I guess you're able to move out of the way, and this woolly rhinoceros kind of charges past you and then turns to look at you. All right, let's 1 second. I'm moving you to battle zone, and then we'll do a roll 20 initiative because you all are going to be fighting just a gaggle, just a horrid amount of creatures. Fucker.
Heal ye. Can't believe I got bit by a bunny.
Isn't that
I'm
fucked
upset
up?
about this.
Fucked up. I hate rodents.
It's weird that bunnies are rodents, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really?
I believe so. I don't know. I mean, rabbits are great and whatever, but I grew up with like a lot of rodent type creatures. Like, well, my sister had them. I always had lizards and snakes and stuff. But every fucking time I got bit by like a gerbil or a guinea pig, I hate them. What? They're the worst. Chinchillas don't sleep. Ferrets smell bad and they steal your shit.
Chinchillas don't sleep?
No, I mean, they sleep during the day, but they're loud as fuck at night when you're trying to sleep.
Oh, that's weird.
You're
That's
being rude.
That's why they turn them into jackets.
That's so true.
All right. Can I click the button?
Let me make sure it is. Yep, you can click the button. And if you do it right, You should be added to the list.
Wait, I gotta
don't see
click my
anyone.
face.
No one has done it correct.
Where's my face? Boom. Apparently, my system audio is all messed up.
We're all fucked up.
Oh, that's a lot of animals.
That's your opinion. And yes, there are a lot of animals. You're level 5. Wow, roll 20. Sure does make doing this easier. Roll 20. We love it. Oh yeah, Pat said he had to go. Did he say he had to go? Or that he had to peace out for a second?
That's a good
At around
question.
this time. I forget.
Chat, were you paying attention?
Let me
Did
shoot
he
him a
s-
sext real
Did
quick.
he say it when we were streaming? I don't remember. Just read an email. It's like, so-and-so welcomes Gallagher. Like, what? Really? That Gallagher? Like, oh, that's someone else's name. I get to go to the doctor next week. Isn't that exciting?
Bum, bum, bum.
Bitch.
Well, what's going on behind you, Susie?
What? I don't know what's happening. I'm looking at my character
Is
sheet
your
and I was
dog
getting
like
confused.
under the blanket?
Booby, what are you doing? Yeah, I think he puts himself to bed
I'm sorry.
sometimes. It's the little
There's
one.
miscommunication with my
Murphy.
wife and I. And she was stuck on a call, and our 6-year-old was about to be left standing outside at the bus stop with no parent. So I had to run out there and get her. No, I
You're
got there
such-
before the bus came. I'm a good parent. I'm a good parent.
Pat, what's more important?
Wow.
You know, it's really funny. No, Tim, that's actually one of our daughter's like favorite questions lately.
Stop it.
Or like, dude, like, what's more important, Dad? They want like a piece of candy or something, and they call that like food, like feeding me or doing it. I'm like, that doesn't count. That's candy. Okay, that's not. I just gave you like a nourishing meal. Okay, like you're not.
Here, take this.
Well, you gotta
Sorry.
roll
treat and
initiative.
Leave me alone.
Roll initiative. I assume you didn't hear for a lot of reasons.
I just heard. Last thing I saw was there was a fox. I just got.
Okay, so that
19
fox
initiative.
tried to bite Nettle, and a giant reindeer with glowing antlers tackled Mittens to the ground. A bunny is currently latched onto Tash's ankle, and
hurts.
you dodged a rhinoceros, woolly rhinoceros. Think of it as a mammoth, but rhino. And Dorsalim looks up like, "What is that? Did I do it good? What?
That was good.
It's very back of mouth. I can't do it as well.
Yeah, it's like back. Yeah.
And here, yeah. And you just see a lumbering polar bear, coming at you.
Okay, got it. Let's fucking do this.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
so Mittens, Delkier, you are
Wait,
up.
we're out in the wilderness and it's cold and they're freaky animals. Tim, are you yellow jacketing us?
Yellow jacketing, frickin' alone, you name it. So yeah, there's like a gaggle of beasties jumping around trying to bite you. As there's two big ones to the one that you're on your bottom, remember, but you're also surrounded by it looks like an elk and a bunny. And there's some other bunnies and foxes coming your way.
So I got hit by a fucking rave deer, and I've been knocked down. So the first thing Mittens does is cast Zephyr Strike on himself.
What's that do?
It makes me move quickly, and I get an advantage on an attack. And I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Well, that's kind of good, because I'm about to bite you 35 times if you do.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. So Mittens gets up, And I also get plus 30 to my run. And Mittens just sprints the fuck away.
Bye.
So what's the how do I measure? Okay, so I get half plus 30, or is it half? Tim, how does it work when I get a bonus speed? Getting up, does it use half of my normal speed, or does it use half of my new total?
It's half. It's like, so you lose 15 feet.
Okay, so I get 45 then.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do that, and I'm 45 feet.
You said shit about these animals like glowing at their eyes or their antlers and stuff.
So yeah,
like
the
that.
antlers, the reindeer special. You guys actually, I'm sure you remember. It was very.
I just rolled a
important part.
15 Arcana. Do I get like vibes of like?
These
Arcana?
are awakened beasts for sure. That's pretty clear to tell. And you have seen these antlers before. These reindeers with glowing antlers before, way off in the distance, but you've never seen them up close.
Fuck us.
So yeah, Mittens is just like, what the fuck? It's a fucking glowing deer, and runs away, and then throws 2 knives
Okay.
at the glowing reindeer.
What is your passive perception?
Is that it's 14.
Okay. You see fox. Fox.
More of them? I ran towards the foxes.
Well, they're like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
bunny and an owl is in this tree, looking at
this
you.
is bullshit.
No, it's not. Take
Uh,
that back.
I can't. It's already out there.
That's fair.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't give a shit about the fox and the bunny. I'm gonna still throw a knife at the rave deer.
Okay.
Because it did 15 damage to me. So we'll do the good attacks with advantage here.
Let's go.
Boom. That's gonna be so much. That's like over 20.
Okay, it's dead. What does it look like when you
Boom.
kill it?
Rave deer only had 1 hit.
They're just reindeer. They have,
Alright.
they have 13 hit points.
Cool. Second one.
Yeah, they don't get anything extra when they become awoken. They're just little guys.
Is there?
Wait, they do get stuff.
What
They get
what
they're
was
smart.
the other big monster?
Who? You see a polar bear and a rhinoceros.
Which was the one that charged Deadeye? I'm gonna throw it at that one.
That was the rhinoceros.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and that one's plus. I forget what my attack plus is. It's a lot. 19.
This is a rhino, so it could have high AC. 19. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible AC.
So yeah, is it that's a hit then?
That's a hit. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll the damage. D4s. The worst damage. But it's +3, so 4 damage to Rhino. And I feel like 6 damage to Rhino.
Wow.
Because I forgot my other pluses. Oh, and you know what? This will be the one where I add the extra Zephyr. So, fuck, a 1? 7 damage to Rhino.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you do. You all these flurries seem to dig in, and yeah, no, it's like it has a big, thick hide of both rhino skin and fur. So it got through. You see a little blood coating, but doesn't seem like a lot of damage.
I'm rolling so bad today.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it.
That's it. Nettle, you are up. You see there's an odd intelligence in these creatures' eyes as they're staring you down. The fox, instead of sprinting away as a fox probably should have, it kind of is looking at you, trying to circle around you, trying to make sure that you turn your back on some of the other beasts.
Well, that's rude.
What's your opinion?
So I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast with
Hell yeah.
my pistol at the little fox boy because he tried to bite me and I gave him a cookie and he ignored it. And
It was
rude.
very rude. Yes. Higher AC than the Rhino. Interesting.
Oh.
Because it is harder to
Does
hit. He's like a little
a-
guy.
17.
That hits. What's it look like when you kill it?
Oh. It just does a pistol shoots in the face.
Explosion.
Head. And because
Eviscerated.
I'm all
Blood.
fancy schmance and level 5, I get to use my fancy Eldritch Blast pistol again.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna have there's the Rhino. Is the Rhino still up?
Yep.
And the polar bear that's coming towards us?
Yep.
I'm gonna go for the polar bear.
Makes sense.
Does a 16?
It
hit?
does. A loud crack fills the air again and smashes into the polar bear. It's mad.
5 damage.
Ooh. And kind of looks around and almost seems to be communicating to the rest of the crew. And some of the creatures sort of get ready to pounce, and you hear more noises out off into the distance, but you can't see them due to some of the trees and rocks and things like that. Okay, the Rhino is up, and it will try to bash you again, Deadeye. And
No.
it's just really throwing its
Fuck
arm
off.
around. Does a 23 hit your AC?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Some of you guys just have a horrifically high amount of AC. That is 17 bludgeoning damage as its horn just connects hard as hell. Oh, I guess we should have Dork Slim roll.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I have his character sheet if we're gonna use him. All right.
Yeah.
17.
17 bludgeoning damage, yes. Right to your little belly
Oofta.
as it cracks into you.
Fuck it out. Fucking
And we'll just say that
pointy nose bastard. Fuck.
Dork Slim can go on your turn.
Okay.
And then the fox's turn is going to happen. They rush forward. One of them goes to bite Dork Salim. And you have his character sheet. This one misses. Yeah. Another one rushes in to bite Tash. Does a 15 hit you, Tash? Another one rushes in to bite Nettle. And that is a 24. Unless you have any magic, you take 1 piercing damage. And then 2 rush at you, Mittens. You guys are going to take upwards of 1 damage a ton of time. Does a 23 hit your AC?
Yeah.
All right, you take 1 damage.
Damn it.
As these one fox, you're able to get out of the way as another fox comes in and bites you in the ankle as the owl seems to be hooting and calling for reinforcements. Deadeye, Declan Dane, and Punchy. You're up, River.
Yeah. Can I do Punchy first?
Sure.
He's gonna.
Let's say you always do Punchy first.
Sure, that's easy for me. Okay, so there's a fox and the rhino are like right up on him. Looks
Yes. Yes. 2 foxes technically
All
are
right.
within punch
Punchy's
range.
definitely gonna focus in on the rhino first.
Okay.
Are he and I also on the ground, like prone?
No, I imagine you guys were able to stand up.
Okay.
It's not a surprise round per se. So yeah.
He's gonna do like a roundhouse heel kick
Okay.
to the side of the rhino's head, try to like come around that horn.
Okay.
And I
Freaking
gotta
smash them. I love your dogs in the background, Susie. Whenever they're always burrowing, they're always up to some.
Hell yeah, that's
They're
a 24,
terrorists.
That hits.
and sweet deals 10 bludgeoning damage.
Oh yeah, with loud crack and thud issues from this beastie creature rhinoceros, and it kind of grunts and stares at Dork Salim with hateful eyes.
Oh, it's still okay. Then Dork Slim is going to from the roundhouse kick, then try to like slide under and like do an uppercut under its chin.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. I hope you hit. It's very. I don't think you can miss.
14.
That hits.
Sweet. And that is 8 bludgeoning.
A loud crack happens as this rhino's bottom jaw snaps shut, and it looks a little bit of dazed for a second, and then lets out a roar. What do rhinos?
I think they can roar, maybe. Yeah.
It probably lets out like a big huff or something.
Mm-hmm. And I think. Oh, and then I'll do for bonus action one more because of he can do a flurry of blows for his bonus action, and then he's gonna like go for the leg, like he's underneath and he's gonna go for the leg. And that's an 18 plus 7.
Hits.
Imagine that hits.
Yep.
All right, and that is another 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, loud. Another thud. Less of a crack, more of a thud as it kicks into the meaty leg. This rhino is mad.
Okay, that's Dork's turn, and then Deadeye immediately uses his action to summon. Well, shit. He thinks.
Fuck.
I got all these foxes closing in around me.
Yeah. There's several foxes and Arctic hares coming at you to try to chew on your bottom.
All right, he sees that Punchy's making good work, and he's gonna spin around and summon actually you see his pistol morph like normally happens when he's scheduling the force ballista, but it actually takes on a different form. It doesn't look like the kind of large cannony gun with ram horns on the end. This now looks like a big giant oversized pistol with a dragon's head on the end.
Ooh, that's fun.
And he's gonna turn to this cluster of little furry critters, and I imagine a 15-foot cone. I could hit 3 of these that are north of me, northwest.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Yeah. I think the one right in front of you and the one to the northeast of Tash are probably too far out based off whatever. So you basically have to choose if you want the one in front of you or the one to the right of Tash.
We'll do like the one right in front of me, the one right next to it, and the one in the back there.
Yep.
It's 15 feet.
Yep.
And
is there any half damage associated with this if you miss?
I'm looking now. I don't think I've ever done this one. Because it is a dex save.
Dex save? Okay.
It is a dex save for those 3. I'm looking to see if. Yes, it's half damage on.
They all die.
Sweet. I fricassee those 3 things. Just
and
a
smells
burst.
Great.
A burst of flame.
It
comes out and just consumes them, and it cooks them perfectly. Like all the hair gets burned off. They just have them like perfectly roasted.
Yeah, so there's a lot of burnt hair going on, but that's immediately pushed away with delicious smelling fox and rabbit meat.
Bloody fucking hell, we're gonna have quite the stew tonight, mates. That's your turn.
Okay. Meanwhile, a bunny runs up and tries to bite my friend Nettle. That's only 10. Sorry, Nettle, you don't get any damage. Another bunny comes in to try to bite Tash, and that's a 21. Tash, does that hit you? All right, you take 1 piercing damage as you have 2 bunnies. No, you have 1 bunny. Or this is the same bunny, I'll say, as it just digs its fangs even deeper. And then you, my friend Mittens, are also trying to be bitten. Does a 15 hit your AC, Mittens?
Yes.
All right, you have a bunny biting you, and that's 1 damage.
Bit my mittens, you naughty.
Tash Viblax, you are up.
Well, I get to go. Well, that's neat. Okay.
There
let's
is
see.
a fox, a rhinoceros, and a hare, all within striking distance of you.
Huh. I would like to, kick the hare that just bit me.
Yeah.
First of all, that's fucking rude.
Yeah. Give me a freaking kick.
Does a 14 hit?
It sure does. It's
That's
dead.
5 damage right away.
What does it look
Okay.
like when you stomp it?
When I stomp it, probably just like kick because it's attached to my ankle. I'll just kick out, and it just goes flying, and you just don't see where it goes.
Like wee. Where does it go? No one knows.
Okay, I get 2 attacks now because I'm level 5.
Level 5. Let's go.
Hell yeah! So what's next? What that guy's over there, and then there's a wolf you said, or a fox? Is that
It's a fox.
The little fox guy.
It's a fox.
Okay.
And then a rhino.
Man. Okay, I'll jump on Took and reach out my long pointy lance.
Okay.
To stab at fox. Does a 18 hit?
It does.
Heck yeah.
And speaking of attacking monsters, you too can win a Monster of the Week code from Roll20. Thank you so much, Roll20 and Evil Hat Productions, for providing the code. Hashtag monster in the chat, and you will win a digital Roll20 Monster of the Week.
Also, 1 sub, 1 flex.
1 sub, 1
Like
flex.
two
Thank you, MC
babies.
Raven. I appreciate you. You can roll damage because it's fun to roll, but you kill it.
Yeah, 10 damage. It's just like ran him straight through. He sounds like that when he dies. Yeah. Yeah.
Your creatures know. Let's not squeak as
Thank
it
you.
falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Blood
And then I
covering
think
your lance.
A woolly rhino.
that should be that should be good. What there's a rhino behind me.
Yeah, just a woolly rhino behind you.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I don't see why we can't be friends. It's fucking rude.
And it just kind of like growls at you. It looks at you and growls as you say that, almost as though it's trying to speak to you.
This makes me sad. My turn is done though.
All right, the polar bear rushes in, tramples or pushes away the hare and the fox to come in and gore at you, Nettle.
Hello.
I'm sure it'll be fine. And it's not quite a gore as much as it tries to bite at you. Does a 9 hit? It doesn't. Does a 20 hit as you dodge out of the way of its mouth and into its big ass paws. That is 13 slashing damage as you are as your armor is able to stop a good chunk of the polar bear slash, but a little bit seeps through and blood is warming your skin. But you're always warm with that ring, so whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine.
Yeah, 13 slashing damage from the polar's bear. And then a Yep, okay. Mittens, you're up.
So Mittens is surrounded by small animals, and he just says, "You fools, do you know who I am?" And pulls out his whip and just starts whipping the rabbits and the foxes. And is it
These
just rabbits?
Bane rodents.
That's so funny.
And so the whip attacks are a 21 and
Yeah.
a 20.
All right, which ones do you kill? You have 2 foxes and a rabbit. Due to math, the owl is probably 12 to 13 feet away from you. I almost will never do range considerations, but
Yeah,
that
no,
one
it's
would
cool.
explicitly do it.
I'm gonna use my bonus action
Meaning
to throw a
height
knife at that guy, but
considerations.
just the 2 foxes are toast, and then extra knife. 24
At the
good
owl?
rolls. Owl.
Wow, dead.
Boom.
Falls down on the ground.
And then Mittens just turns and stares menacingly at the remaining rabbit.
It runs away. You can make an opportunity attack if you still have your reaction.
Oh helly! Oh no! Wait, yeah, I do have my reaction. Boop boop. Final whip. Fuck! So good. A 24 again.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this thing just absolutely gets knackered. I don't know what you'd say. And it kind of like spins around and falls to the ground. Determinator Games is absolutely correct. You guys are going to be a
Rabbit
wash
blood
of food.
splashes on Mittens' face, and he's just like,
Nettle, you're up. There is a bunny and a polar bear trying to eat you. The polar bear says. The rabbit says.
But why does the I'm going to primal savagery at the polar bear because I'm like, that was really rude of you to use your claws against me.
Two can play
I can
this
do
game.
that too.
Okay.
25.
Oh, you know that hits.
I love that imagery so much. Big giant polar bear running after Nibble like rah, and then
Yeah.
Nibbles being like raw, growling, but almost like a sarcastic growl back as it
Yeah.
slashes and does more damage back.
Like a
Like
drunken tavern brawl, but with the polar bear and Nettle slashing at each other's faces.
11 to hit. Or 11 damage.
Ooh, that hurts. It is quite mad. It is like Mufasa. No, it's like Scar fighting Simba. Ooh, big paw claw. Oh, ow. It's quite angry at you. Anything else?
Nope.
Tight. Nettle's dead. Not Nettle, excuse me. The owl's
Oh,
dead.
what?
Sorry, Nettle.
Oh no.
You're taking, as a former druid, every damage that these beasts take, you take too on your heart.
Oh no.
Yeah, because you're a corrupted druid. Just kidding. The rhino looks. Ooh, dare I? Dare I? Dare I? Dare I? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's be that B word. The rhino moves away from you. Oh wait, shit. That's all three of you. Never mind. He's smart enough
Don't
to know not to
unplug
do
the
that.
internet.
he's gonna get some
Fucking do it.
definitely gonna get some op attacks.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He was. If it was just two of you, he would have done it, but not all three. Yeah, he's gonna try to stab. Fucker. Dork's limb 12. Have to assume that misses.
It does.
Its knee that Dork's limb crushed gives out, and he's easily able to kind of push the horn out of the way, as it is not quite the good attack. A fox jumps in. Can't on to the dead reindeer zone and comes to try to bite you. Oh man, critical fail to Deadeye. You feel something bash against your leg, and since it's a critical fail, it snapped its neck at your feet. And it's like
It doesn't know I had armor on.
Yeah.
It's just like
yeah. And then there's no other. Is that the last fox? Wow, the last fox. Really makes you think. Okay. And Deadeye. There is a rhino. Wait, Deadeye and Dork's limb. Rhino and polar bear within vague range. Oh, wait, there's one more fox. Sorry. That one will try to do 1 damage. Tell you what, I'm not even going to roll because I'm you know what I am? You know what? I'm going to roll, but I'm going to lie about it if I miss. I'll tell you what. Does it fit? What is Dork's limb's armor class before I can tell you whether or not
I
I'm
am
lying?
blown away. I don't know how, because he's like wearing no clothes, but it's apparently a 19.
Okay. All right. He hits. He had advantage for some reason. I don't know
I'm
why.
telling Josh.
Yeah. So he takes 1 damage.
All right.
I rolled a 15 and a 24, and I decided to give him damage or advantage instead of lying. But if he rolled like a 15 and 16, I probably would have just lied, and told you. So that's another form of, or cheated. I guess I would have cheated. 1 damage to Dork's limb. Mark that down. Very important. Now Deadeye and Dork's limb. Your turn to go. There's a polar bear, fox, and rhino all around Dork's limb.
Okay. Dorkswill's gonna try and finish what he's started with the rhino.
How you do this all day?
Yeah. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah. That
Okay.
hits.
That is 8 bludgeoning damage for the first.
Ow. He's still up.
Okay. He's gonna like swing around, like loop her up on his neck and try to punch it in the top of its dome and try to like
That would
knock
hurt
it
so
out.
bad. Like I
Oh,
have
that's
to
a
assume
16 plus 7. That's
that
a 23.
hits. That hits. I have to imagine its armor class is much higher at that spot, but you're able to claw
That's
through.
7 bludgeoning damage.
What does it look like when you?
He what I just showed. He like pops it so hard. He oh, I'm having. Come here, buddy.
Baby. Yeah, would Dork's limb do lethal damage to this thing?
No, I mean he wouldn't try to, but it could be accidentally.
Well, so that's your call.
I don't think he would.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he
So
wouldn't.
its eyes roll back and falls on the ground.
Yeah.
And lets out. But you can see its bellows of its chest going up and down. The polar bear growls. What do you do?
He has one more. He can get to somebody else, can't he?
Yeah, either the fox or the polar bear.
He'll go to the fox and he'll
Yeah, this is my special.
I
fox
apologize,
cheat
my
with.
furry friend. He apologizes as he comes down on the fox. Yeah, you're excited. Yeah, that's 18 plus 7.
Dead. Or
Okay.
unconscious.
All right.
I guess
And
I
then
should
Deadeye
guess it different.
will wheel around to Big Polar Bear. First things first, line up a shot and fire. Good old. All right, that is a 19.
That hits.
Sweet. And that will deal. I need. Where is it? The 10. Oh, right here. 6 plus. That will deal 13 piercing damage, and I need the polar bear to make a strength save.
That is an ouchie. Polar bear, kind of with confusion in its eyes, like, what the fuck did you do to me? 18 strength check save.
All right, it succeeds, but then Deadeye is gonna come up to it, and so he doesn't hit anyone else. Or is there anything else that? Because I think the polar bear probably would take all the fire, right, from this angle.
Where you're standing? I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
if your blast, you would hit Dorksalim.
No,
and
I mean I would
Metal.
say I was gonna like reach around, like
You're gonna give a reach around?
Dorksalim. Like he's like up under top of the rhino. I said so. I was gonna like
He's under the
I
rhino.
figured that I was gonna step into his spot that he's on the map because he's like I thought say like he climbed up on the rhino, so I thought it was clear and I could just come right up like point blank to the polar bear. Yeah,
Okay.
Graham agrees.
We can do that.
And say like
So you move here.
you're fucking roasted.
Tash, do you want to make an opportunity attack against Deadeye? We don't bring that up often.
Not often enough.
No,
Yeah.
because I don't want
I
to get
would.
You know what?
Yeah.
This creature did leave my space.
like the flat edge of your sword, like on the
Yeah,
back.
like smack him on the butt for.
Yeah,
like,
good job.
inspiration.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
take 1 damage of get in the game. I'm kidding.
Polar bear needs to make a dex save
Oh,
as a
wow.
burst of fire hits it in the face.
I'm sure this is gonna go good. It's 3.
How dexterous are polar bears?
All right,
Even. They have a 10 dexterity. So
you said 3. Yeah. Okay, so that's 16 fire damage.
Okay, well, it's dead. It doesn't dodge, and in a very cartoonish way, you see the outline of its head go black, and then its eyes, and then it does that thing, in cartoons and animes where like its skull distorts and screams and falls to the ground, and just kind of like a headless, charred neck remains. The remaining 2 bunnies skedaddle. Nettle, would you like to make an opportunity attack against one of the skedaddling bunnies?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if this is alone right now, this would be great. There's so much fat on these creatures. You're going to be great.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna collect, and some's gonna get dried out for jerky, and some's gonna go in a stew tonight.
Yeah, rabbit head stew.
I feel like we need to kill the fleeing animals just because they seem like they would tell somebody. What?
Is that in character?
Well, yeah. So maybe the messengers are getting away.
Nettle, are you attacking or not?
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm so proud of you.
I'm uncomfortable.
Roll some beautiful.
16.
All right, dead. Do you like claw it or something, or
Yeah.
bash it or kick it?
I saw my claws out,
Okay.
like talons out.
Is there still a fleeing one?
Yep.
Can I throw my lance at it,
Yep. Well, actually,
or can I not throw that?
I don't think you can. It'd be an improvised weapon. I don't think. If you had a spear, it could. And
I have a longbow. I don't know. Can I just swap that out?
you can throw your lance to the ground, and then ooh. Okay, so it goes 20 feet away, and then it disappears into the ground.
What?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
they go before you, Tash, so you don't see where it goes.
Bummer.
But somewhere, it seemed to have burrowed into some sort of ground. Around. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, done. What a little pig boy. Somewhere around like here-ish, it disappeared.
He is
Aw.
nothing little about him. He's giant.
Okay. You all collectively take a breath as like, well, that just happened. As there are charred and dead beasties all around you. The polar bear and various other creatures still actively burning. A sleeping rhino and a sleeping fox stand at the feet of Dorksalim. And the night becomes oddly quiet. No, Nettle cannot see the bunny, but if you want to try to find it, you can.
I feel like I really wanted to kill the rabbit.
All right, then give me a nature/survival check.
Throw a
Okay.
heat-seeking knife.
Cheers
Well,
to the
I was gonna just
rabbit.
throw all the knives at it.
Yeah, you can't see it, so you have to try to find it.
All
If
right.
you did heat metal on a knife and then threw it, that would probably hurt more, huh?
23.
Oh, that's a great. So you move over to where the hair disappeared, and you quickly can discern that it burrowed underground and has moved to the north west. Give me a stealth check,
Stealth.
unless you just want to make a disadvantage dagger throw, assuming where it is. That's probably easier for you to stealth, I'd say. I don't really know.
Stealth. Well, wait. Stealth
So
and a disadvantage check?
you have surmised that it's dug under the ground,
Okay.
maybe an old root thing or something like that. It's under the snow, maybe in some sort of tunnel. You're not sure.
That's 20 stealth.
20 stealth. Okay, you are able to creep up about 10 feet to the northwest, and you see a little movement of the snow, but you don't see it yet. But you see it move again, so it's clearly under the snow, right in front of you.
Well, I mean, I would just want to throw a bunch of darts into that area.
Do it. All right.
Dagger the bunny.
Dagger flurry.
A crit and an 18 plus whatever.
Gotcha. I was giving it like probably almost close to a 17 AC due to it being underground, but that was not an issue. So yeah, your first one, it sounds like, went in there, and even as you hear the screaming of the bunny, you're continually throwing daggers like the K-pop murderer in Dead by Daylight. And then blood starts staining the snow coming up from below in a really cool way. And that's where we'll end our session today. As you all were attacked brutally by beasties. But you know what? Remind me at the start of next session to roll nature and survival checks to harvest meat, and to check the liver and the stomach for worms. Everybody in the season alone getting stomach aches and having to go home as they eat poison squirrel. Everybody. So yeah, you're probably were beset upon by these vicious druids of Icewind Dale. Let's go ahead. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It's been a while since we got to play, and I'm so excited that we got to play again. And I love to take what I have prepared and spent time preparing, and then take it and put it in the trash can. That's my favorite part of DMing, and I think it makes you strong and all that good stuff. Let's start with you, Jennifer. Plugs. Ooh, and D. Martin G did another one sub, one fleck, giving a gift away. Thanks so much, D. Martin G. Sorry, Jennifer.
Hi,
Baby flex.
Jennifer.
Oh, look at Kiki.
Sorry,
I got distracted by Baby Flex. You can find me on Twitter at JenPeg. I'm a freelance illustrator and artist. You can also find me on Instagram at JenPeg and on Script the Bard's channel every other Thursday playing a homebrew campaign.
Hell yeah. Brett.
Hello, if you enjoyed the bloodbath,
You hear that as one of the knocked out foxes are just like, what's happening to me? Why Why do I have knowledge?
Yeah, Mins didn't even try to make friends today. If you like that, you can follow more of my nonsense on my Twitter at Bread Eagles, which is in the chat.
Hell yeah.
And there's links there too. The podcast that me and Pat and some other people do. Let's Rewatch. It's a movie podcast that is very entertaining. And also, I make music, and it is for sale and or streaming.
Hell yeah.
Just look me up, Brett Eagleston.
Hell yeah. Pat.
He sees the puppies on Susie's screen.
Oh yeah.
He's like, Papoose. Hey, I'm at the Pat Edwards. Thank you so much for continuing hanging out.
MC Raven, thank you so much for the. Oh my God, MC Raven gifted
God.
5
More babies.
subs. 5 subs,
Flex
5
the
flexes.
Flex.
Flex that baby. Flex
Wow.
that
Other
puppy.
shoulder.
Baby. That's a flex.
That's a flex.
Hit that.
Look at just chunky neck.
Here's a flex. I love my wife.
Hail you.
I'm at the Pat Edwards. Please buy my books. I love.
Buy Pat's books.
I just want you to make you smile. They will make you smile.
I
Especially
did.
Space Tripping 1 and 2, which are available.
What?
I
Okay.
would love that forever. Go to thepatedwards.com.
Okay. When's your next secret thing coming out? I was talking to a friend about it. Not about it, but just like vaguely about it. Like, oh, there's a thing that's cool.
Baby fight.
Baby
Oh,
party.
more baby party.
Oh my
Baby
God,
fight. Fight to the death.
Hi.
I'm being owned right
Yeah,
now.
I've got a new. I mean, I have also like these paid writing gigs and some RPG games, but I have a new D&D Endeavor project that hopefully is coming live pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
Brett is actually my partner in that.
Hell yeah.
My back office. He's the businessman. Yeah. You see him? You see him? You see Alex?
What if they started fighting like two cats that don't like each other? They're in my territory. Baby fight.
Baby party.
And then I'm working on Space Tripping 3 and actually a more serious. I have this like I have kind of what I think is an interesting twist on the on a sword and
Dr.
sorcery
Seuss?
type book,
Oh.
like a fantasy book, but it's like it's serious, but it's also like kind
Mud
of a
and
different
Misery?
angle. Examines a different slice of life of what is probably in those worlds than we see. Babies everywhere.
All right. And Susie.
Hi. You can find me at Susie_Chucky on Twitter and a lot of other places. Follow me on TikTok. I made another TikTok drunkenly the other night. It was, let's see.
Have you taken the iPad to the Apple Store? That's
No.
That's my
I need to-
role
I'm gonna
playing
try
your
to-
comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hack it again, but we'll see. This is Walter.
Hi, Walter.
Good boy. Murphy's down there crying because they want lunch. Look at all these babies. Oh my god. Okay, that's it. Oh, you can also find me at UAPcast. We're recording at 4 p.m. today, the final episode of the second season, and it's gonna be intense. And then we're
Wait,
gonna
4
all do.
p.m.?
Yeah, so in like an hour.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, Central Time.
Central.
Yeah, at UAPcast. And then we're gonna do all new characters. It's gonna be dope as hell.
Sick.
So come listen.
Do that. And that's twitch.tv/UAPcast, or is this just
No,
podcast?
we don't. We just podcast.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
haven't-
Cool. Well, you can find me on Twitter at Tim Lanning, and Pat and I have been doing a Star Wars podcast with our friend Jane called Bounty Buddies. It's good, and I need to go watch the most recent episode so that we can talk
Oh my
about
god, Tim. Yeah. The podcast is very good. Sometimes the content we talk about isn't good,
it. No, I disagree.
but the
That-
podcast is excellent. It's
I
perfect.
mean, the Book of Boba Fett's very weird and inconsistent in quality, and maybe consistent with quality actually. Follow the Twitch channel so that you turn on notifications so you know if we go live doing some fun stuff. And I will see what's coming up next. Today's Thursday. I don't know if I can know. I'm doing like 9 things, but they're not streamed. But all right, bye.
Hell yeah. Bye.
My computer didn't crash.